Okay, two things. My name is Kiana, and yes, this video will be out of sync.
That's suspicious.
It's a long story. I'll explain it a little later in the video. And then second, this is my art, and I'll be helping you with your art questions using your art in my new segment called The Art Breakdown. But before we start, quick shout out to those in my art tutor tier on my Patreon. And if you'd like to join them up here, just stick around and I'll explain that in just a few. Starting the video, this is Brown Sugar and her companion, Boba Kitty. She'll be our model, but before we get the video actually started, let's get to the elephant in the room. Yes, baby, we out of sync. We're gonna be out of sync for a minute. Let me just explain.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I put a lot on my plate. I thought I would be done, but I'm not. So I thought I'd take this opportunity and make this a pitch. Welcome. I hope you like the concept. I hope you like the vibe. If you don't stay for anything else, like my personality and my art, I hope that these tips are also helpful. And that should also lead us to point number 1. This is not a tutorial. Okay, so 1, I am not beginner friendly. I'm just going to start off with saying that. I would rather discredit myself before it comes out that I cannot teach or give you a tutorial to save your life. And that's weird. Far from the truth. I'm just bad at explaining things.
Oh my god, it's not funny.
Which means I am bad at tutoring. But that's not the point. The point is, in a perfect world, I post a tutorial, and in that day, I would get my gold plaque. Now, I don't live in that perfect world, so I'd like to give this warning ahead of time. That if for any reason that these videos aren't helpful, I would like to apologize in advance. And that if I can't offer any type of help, that my personality and my art is something that you'd like to stay for. And even if you don't, leaving feedback in the comment section will help me better myself. Which also leads me to point number 2.
If this is not a tutorial, what is it?
That's a great question. It's an art breakdown. Yeah. So simply, it's just a time-lapse video, but there's a little bit of a twist. Nothing really original, I don't really think. I don't know. I don't want to say that I made this idea. I don't want to say that this is my concept, but this is what I'm going to do. So I thought maybe, why would I want people to study just my art? I mean, wouldn't it be more helpful if they were also studying their art? So instead of doing a time-lapse video on just my art, I thought I'd do a time-lapse video on your art. And so we're going to take a quick pause on this little time-lapse video right here. And this is what an art breakdown is. I had a couple of artists volunteer their characters, and it was a pleasure and an amazing opportunity for me to not only draw them some free art, but also highlight what I believe I struggled with during the art breakdown, what the artist wanted me to go over, as well as some of the things that you guys usually request me to do a tutorial on. Which leads me to point number 3. How are you able to get free art? Well, just like everything, if you're unable to help me financially, there is always a free way, baby. There's always a free way. So I will start off by saying, follow me on all social media and turn the notifications on for all social media, but specifically for these 2, Thread and Twitter, because every month I will do a random post where you'll have the opportunity to post your art. I will choose 4 random artists from my Patreons and my art tutor tier to vote on, and then from there, that's how I will choose the art breakdown of the month, because I think this would be a great way for us to connect, communicate, and us to mingle, because right now I'm still trying to figure out how to work Discord, because I also don't know where we should meet up and do our thing, our artist thing, you know? So for now, we're gonna be over there.
Death to all of them.
So once again, if you would like free art, follow me on Thread and Twitter. Turn your notifications on. But let's get into the video. Specifically, let's start with what is water hair? Or hair water? It is hair that is water. But I wish that I had some type of origin or background about the concept. Like, is there an artist behind it? I mean, I started seeing like water jelly type hair probably back in like maybe 2013, somewhere around there. I think I was like 14 years old. But I don't really know if it was like around there that concept was a thing. But self-explanatory, hair that is water. And in my universe, I'm still trying to figure out the kinks, but she can fill it up with boba. Yeah. So we'll mainly just be focusing on the water aspect and not really the boba aspect, but you'll see it in these examples because I was more just trying to figure out character design at this point, but I thought this was a perfect opportunity to kind of just show you based off of what I was doing here. So let's just get into that. Not gonna lie, this is an intimidating concept. And then the worst part is I was in charge of making the art breakdown and making it make sense. So then I had to think to myself, water. It can literally form into anything. So then I thought to myself, make it into a circle. We'll start off with a circle. And then boom, art class. You had to do that one assignment where you had to make the circle into a sphere. And there it was. One of the many ways that I could draw water. Then boom, it hit me. There are so many other steps that we can go over. Like, how do I make it look a little bit more realistic? If you want to make it more prisma and have rainbows, how do I do that? And the little details and touches that really make your art and my art special. And then it hit me, as we're getting closer to the video, those extra details that I could be teaching you are my style. And I don't mind teaching you my style, but then I also realize I can't teach you my style. Some of the logic doesn't make sense, and that's why I feel like I struggle with making tutorials, and that's why this is not a tutorial. I can't teach you why I like the way rainbows are formed when the light hits water, and why I would take my time, even if it doesn't logically make sense for the rest of the image, to make sure that detail is in there. Only I just like it, and for the people who like my art, you like it as well. And then that made me wonder, before I end this video, I should leave the reminder and the reason why I don't do art tutorials and the reason why I share others' art and I try to make sure that I uplift other artists and I do my best to just try to make sure I'm helping. And it's just to remind you that you will never need me to teach you anything because you already know it. And if you didn't know about the circle and the sphere example or any of the other tips or perspectives that I will give you later on in other videos, then this is your opportunity. And also you have other opportunities as mentioned. I will be active on a lot of my social medias, and there will be opportunities for us to have live drawing chats and even staying connected with each other. So you're never really missing out on studying art with me. And I'm glad that I can even offer that type of service, especially with the projects I decide to pick up, like making a plushie or making a comic, running a sticker club, or even tutoring art. I'm just excited that I can share these projects with you, and I hope I can get it all done. With that being said, you are an amazing artist, and you should remember that. You only need to remember that maybe square one looks a little bit different now. You're learning a couple of new things, and you're always adding things to your art process. And I'm also glad that I can help you add to your art process. But I never want you to feel as if you're not an amazing artist or that being stuck is a bad thing. It's an amazing opportunity for you to challenge yourself and find new ways to make your life easier. And you should try to apply that to your life and your art style a little bit more if you already haven't. And so, before we end this video, I'll just give you a couple quick reminders, like how to become one of those amazing people I shouted out in the beginning of my video. So if you head over to my Patreon, which there will be a link in the description box, or you can find it on all my social medias and the bios. By heading over to my Patreon, though, you'll be met with 4 tiers ranging from $1 all the way up to $25, giving you the range to choose how you would like to support me. And since there's many rewards, you can also choose which rewards you would like to accept. But specifically for my art tutor rewards, you will get things like exclusive polls and shout outs on videos just like these. And without further ado, I would like to thank you for stopping by, for finding my video, for sharing, liking, and leaving feedback if you so choose. And please, that's the only thing I can really ask of you, if that's the only thing that you can do. Also, if you don't do anything else, please shout yourself out in the comments. I'm always looking for new art friends to collab with, just like these collabs. And please turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on lives or live chats on Twitter and Thread. And I am doing a monthly vlog, so if you're a little bit nosy or want to watch me try to figure out how to make all this work every month, then you can join me every month while I try to show you everything that I do. Other than that, I'm really appreciative of you guys stopping by. Once again, like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys, and have a wonderful day. Keep drawing. Also, quick shout out for everyone over on my Art Tutor tier on Patreon and everyone on Patreon. And please don't forget to like, share, and follow me on all my social media for extra content.